くぞジェノサイカッタ
What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo, and I was hoping we'd have some kind of sneak peek or something for the upcoming new characters, but something about this game, or at least about the dev team for the game, and the dev team really, they are really great, man. They do a lot of good things for this game. They listen to a lot of the players' feedback, and that's something that we can all definitely appreciate. But something that they don't do worth a crap is market the new characters, right? Anytime you want to try to sell something, you need to market it, or you need to market it well. You need to hype it up, especially when it comes to gaming. Now, I know some of you out there, you actually play a game called Marvel Future Fight, another game that I actually cover on this channel. And something that game has always done is, you know, a good week ahead of time, or maybe even a longer period of time, they start giving these little sneak peeks regarding characters. And I really wish Kofus would do the same thing. You know, that's something they could take out of the Marvel Future Fight playbook that would actually help this game a lot, because the better you market this game, the better you market the characters, the more hype people are going to get. The more hype, you know, the more they're going to want to play the game. And that is something I would definitely like to see. It's a critique that I've always had from the dev team for Kofus, because, you know, they always wait until the last minute before they show us who the characters are, before they, you know, give us the trailers. They give us the trailers the day before they actually get released. And that's fine. I don't mind the trailers getting released the day before they release, but hype them up. Do these little sneak peeks to where, you know, you kind of hint on who the characters are. Like maybe, you know, from a certain part of the lore, where it would be the Ash Saga, the Orochi Saga, the Nest Saga, or maybe you're, you know, maybe it associates with some kind of certain characters like the Fatal Fury and all these kinds of things. Like, do some little sneak peeks for these characters to try to help promote them and get the player base hyped up for all of these updates. Because the way it happens now is, yeah, we know a character, we do a bunch of little speculations, but wouldn't it be cool if we had little sneak peeks to be like, oh, I see this in here and I see this in here. They did that once for the 7 Deadly Sins, and that was amazing. And I really would like to see them do that in the future for all of our characters, whether they're BS, SS, collaboration. You know, give us these little sneak peeks, these little tidbits, so that way we can have a little fun trying to figure out who the next characters are going to be and actually create a lot more hype surrounding the update. Now, the next part of this video is, you know, we all, well, not all of us, but many of us were able to get this BS memory, guys. This is my free to play account, and booyah, I got the BS memory, which is awesome. Now, what characters should you give it to? Well, if we jump into the codex here and we take a look at all the BS characters, right, we got 13 of them. Obviously, you should not give them to the phantom characters. I mean, you can if you want, but you can actually farm for those memories in the epic quest. So I would never give a random BS memory to any of those characters. And as far as the power level or the power creep of characters, like the strongest of the strong, I mean, you got Ash, of course, you got Nameless, Ignis is amazing, Zero, like all the characters that just recently got buffed, Leona, like Guinness, like the characters I wouldn't do it for, unless you're a big fan of them, is Orochi and Rugal. I would not give those guys that memory, because right now, both of those characters have fallen off the meta something fierce, right? They were the original BS characters, and for some reason, Netmarble decided to buff up the Nest characters. Maybe it was because of the new story mode that we got. Whatever the reason is, they neglected to give a little love to Rugal and Orochi, and I'm not complaining about it. Okay, maybe I'm complaining a little bit about it. But currently, right now, I just wouldn't level them up, right? Rugal is very strong. He does have some good damage, but he is a glass cannon. He can die super, super easy. He doesn't have any means of defenses, unlike a lot of these other characters. But, you know, Guinness, Leona, Nightmare Geese, honestly, I mean, he's really great for Immortal Dungeons, and he's not bad for Guild Raid, but really Chrysalid there. Chrysalid, the thing about Chrysalid is he's still got that damn bug where whenever you use his second or third skill, if you're going super fast, he'll start missing his attacks. And like if you're using the character in a game mode where you're not using his skills so fast, he's going to be really relevant because he is very, very strong. He has a great leadership. But if you're just trying to do a bunch of solos and Guild Raid with him and you're trying to speed through your skills, that bug will happen. It happened to me on my iPhone. It happens to me on my Samsung phone. So I don't even use the character because of it. Netmarble really needs to fix that bug on Chrysalid. Make it to where whenever we use his skills, he will always connect against the opponent, man. His hitbox is completely messed up when it comes to his second and third skill. But Zero here is amazing. Ignis is amazing. Nameless is amazing. Like, really, honestly, guys, like, any of these characters other than Rugal and Orochi, and that breaks my heart to say that, are absolutely worth giving a memory to. Now, what you could do is you could save your memory. And let me explain why you should save your memory if that is something you're considering. So right now on my free-to-play account, my Leona is at A2, right? And I could use that BS memory and I could take her to A3. She is waifu. I do love her. She is my favorite female from the KOF franchise. But, you know, when you think about it, you think, well, here's the thing about that. Every time we get a new BS banner or SS banner or even collaboration banner, well, not collaboration, but BS and SS, whenever you take a character to 3-star, you'll get that third imprint stone for the character. Okay, that's the thing. You'll get it for free. That BS memory that you're getting for free from the carnival, say you pull in the next BS banner, right? And you get a character to A2. You got no more rubies. You can't spend any more at all. But you got that random BS memory lying around from this carnival that we have right now. You can get that third imprint stone that's only going to show up during that specific BS banner. Once that banner is gone, you will not be able to get the stone. So if you have in the back of your mind, you're thinking, well, you know, if I wait a little bit and maybe I'll get lucky and get a new BS character. And we all know about the power creep. Seems like every banner we just have more power creep and more power creep. I'm pretty sure the character is going to be insane in the future. Then you could use that BS memory to take the character to A3. Or if you have him at A1, you can take him to A2 and still get that second imprint stone, right? Or get the first imprint stone, right? And we all know that these BS stones can be switched around. You can move them around. You can put the volume 1 stone on a volume 4 character, right? You can move them around, and sometimes stones from certain volumes are better for, you know, other characters in different volumes. So that's something to consider and something to think about. If you're trying to think, well, man, I'd really like to get a certain imprint stone, because Netmarble will change up the stones a little bit, but sometimes they'll give a strike stone, a blast stone, a PG stone, increased target damage received stone, whatever it may be. And if you have that BS memory, it will help you to be able to get a free imprint stone. So I'm actually hanging on to that thing to make sure that I can get the third imprint stone, because on my free-to-play account, right, I couldn't get the third stone for these characters, right? Or maybe you couldn't get the second stone, or maybe you couldn't get the first stone because you couldn't get your character awakened to 1 star. But if you have that BS memory, it is something to think about. These stones are very, very valuable. I mean, they'll always give an extra 20% attack. It's a guarantee. You're not, you know, depending on RNG as to what stone you're actually going to get for what color character, what kind of element, what kind of attack you're going to have, whether it's grab, strike, or blast. You have no idea what you're going to get. But with these actual BS stones, you do know what you're going to get. So if you have a BS memory lying around, you'll be able to get, you know, whether it's the first stone, the second stone, or even the third stone, depending on what level of the character you're trying to level up. So again, you know, I mean, I have my Leona at A2 and I'd love to take her to A3, but I just sit there and think in the back of my mind, well, you know, if I just wait, I can get a free stone, and I could probably maybe even use that stone on another character. I mean, right now, my Leona, my first stone increases power charge rate. This is trash for her. She doesn't need that damn thing. It's a decent stone, but she already has 30% PG rate in her core, right? And it's just one situation. There's all kinds of situations you can think about. But if I got another stone, say the next BS stone had increased the strike skill on top of the double attack, I would want that stone. I would absolutely want that stone. And if I was going to pull in the next BS banner and I'm trying to get that stone, maybe specifically for my waifu here, then that's how I can do it, by using that BS memory. I still have to get the character first, but I'd have a BS memory to make sure I awaken that character and I could get that first stone. That's not for everybody. Not everybody's going to do that kind of thing. It's just an idea that I'm throwing out at all of you, something to think about. And if your favorite character is Rugal and Orochi and you already have them and you want to level them up, by all means, go for it. I'm just letting you know that they're not as good as all these other BS characters that we have available now in the game. So I just wanted to mention how Netmarble really needs to improve their marketing for these new characters to really hype up all these updates, and just throw out that idea about the imprint stone, maybe saving your BS memory if that is something you're thinking about or considering. And also there's the fact that we do get power creep with every one of these banners. Characters just get stronger and stronger and stronger. So if you're just going to wait for the next upcoming meta, or maybe if the meta is a character that isn't in the game yet that you want, then maybe that would be the thing to do for you. So let me know what y'all think about the marketing for Coldfuss characters and what you are doing with your BS memory. And I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. GMT+7 time. The link is in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. Bye-bye, everyone.